Then what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Sonny here, coming at you guys with another Neverwinter video. And I didn't plan on making this video, truthfully, but I got a comment and enough people asked me to do it, so I went ahead and did it for you guys. I made a Sentinel Barbarian build. I prefer running tank this module. It's just easier to get into groups. But for those of you who want to stick with it, you're like, no, I want to use the DPS, which is perfectly fine because we are capable of still out DPSing the other classes. Here you go. Now, I would suggest copying this pretty down to the wire, because it's very close here. You're cutting it close when you're using all the old BIS gear, running the demo set, using the terror grips and everything like that, which is we want to do because we still want to do a good amount of damage. But unfortunately for us, other classes can use like the music box set, but and be okay, but we don't benefit from that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a whack in the face, but I managed to scrape together everything you're gonna need down to the wire. So this is gonna be a pretty close build right now. I'm just gonna let you guys go ahead and let you guys know that. So without further ado, let's just jump in. All right, going over the headpiece, pretty self-explanatory. We got the the visitor's helm with the 5% extra damage in the undermountain. We got the Sentinel of the Star breastplate. This is a new piece of equipment. I think you get these from the Mies, I want to be sure, but you're definitely going to want to have to put this on. It's got that nice power bonus when you do more than 15% of your maximum HP, so you're going to be in a nice little chunk of damage, a nice little power buff. We are using the terror grips, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys in collection that if you can actually get these arm bracers from the Mii, you're actually going to be in a better situation. The Templars of the Twilight's bracers. So if you don't have the terror grips, you're in a little bit of better situation. But if you do get the Twilight bracers, you can actually switch out one of the insignias on the mounts that I'm going to tell you guys about later in the video. But if you don't, you're going to have to follow exactly. But anyway, we're going to move on to the rest of the build here. Main hand and offhand, I still got the Alabaster. But the big thing is you want to definitely go with the modification of hit points. And I use the incoming healing. Truthfully, still, I still didn't switch it over from my tank. Now you can run, the critical severity, which is what I would do. But, in that new Tomm dungeon, as the DPS, your defensive stats ain't as good. So incoming healing is definitely a plus, because I still run darks in my utility just to try to maximize these stats. Sorry about that. But that's a choice, You can use the critical severity, but you're definitely going to see a difference in damage using the critical severity over incoming healing. But survivability in this dungeon is key, and not going down as DPS is also key. The boots that are Hells of Fury, shirt and pants. These are the pants you can get, the velvet pants. These are big because they give you accuracy and combat advantage, which using the old gear is truly, some of the harder things to get when I was going through everything. Like I said, this build is to the wire in terms of stat management. And then I use the shirt of the Gladiator. Like I said, this almost 4,000 crit coming off this shirt plays a big role in the build. It's really hard to get the appropriate stats and still keep and still use the old BIS gear. It sucks. That's why I'm not trying to say you gotta use Sentinel, better bet, but the DPS route is definitely going to be a little bit trickier to accomplish, considering if you still want to use all the old BIS gear. But anyway, we got the demo waist and neck, the ring of the Shadow Stalker +5, the embezzled assault ring. So we're using the BIS there. I still got my staff of flowers, music box, the ring, and then I go ahead and got the shard of Orcus, of course, for the artifact bonus. Moving on to my as you can see, I hit that 350 cap exactly, pretty much, but with the power of VIP, that will go bump up a little bit. But I went with strength and charisma just due to the fact of the companion influence to try to get us that much closer to the stats we need. And then the recovery speed is also pretty nice. Now, my power is going to look a little low, and as you can see, like, my stats ain't capped yet, but I'm going to tell you what you want to use, because like I said, I made the switch from DPS to Sentinel, and there's a huge difference. And I don't have the AD to sit here and switch back and forth. But I have the calculations down. I'm gonna let you guys know when we get to the parts where what you're gonna run. So you might want to get out a nice notebook and pen and write down it. But anyway, as you can see, we hit that combat advantage. We hit the defense cap. We hit the armor pen. We're gonna hit the crit. We're gonna hit the accuracy. We're gonna hit all the caps that you're gonna need to want to hit as DPS. I'll give you a rough estimate of power that you're gonna have towards the end of the video. But anyway, moving on to our powers. Relentless Slash, Sure Strike. Relentless Slash pretty much is going to be your go-to. For encounters, I use Not So Fast, Bloodletter, and IBS. Of course, your daily, Savage Advance, and Crescendo, Avalanche of Steel. You can use Adamantium Strike instead of Savage Advance, just for that increase, 5% that target takes. So that's a vary. But that's Avalanche of Steel. But that one steed creates that ripple of effect. It looks like a damage over time. And it still does quite a bit of damage. For your feats, you're just going to go straight across the top. Now, our armor pen is overcapped. And that's fine because of the boon here. You still want to make sure that you get over that over-penetration. So, I know it's overcapped, but there's nothing I can do there. But it's better to be overcapped than undercapped, believe me. For the boons, I'm not going to go into it crazy. If you guys want to go ahead and, take a screenshot, pause the video, or whatever. This is the ones I went for. The big one I took was the income and healing for that extra survivability. And then the recovery speed, and then I went with the focus retaliation, just due to the fact is, you're not going to be killing anything really in Tomm other than the boss from what I've seen. Now, I've only made it I haven't made it past the first phase, but from the videos I watched, I didn't see where you're killing any other ads. For the guild stronghold, you're going to go with the power boon. I went with defensive boon, truthfully. I was still able to hit that defense cap and the HP cap by taking this, and this actually played a big help over the HP boon. And then utility and PvP don't really matter. Companions is also where it's going to get really tricky, guys. The companion gear is going to be hit or miss. I got the Ivy Grown Grimoire, which gives your armor pen and combat advantage. The Silver Talisman of the Companion, which gives you my accuracy and combat advantage. And then the Imperial Diamond Belt of the Companion, which gives you that defense and the combat advantage. That defense is going to put us at the cap. And, the combat advantage puts us at the cap. So that's really tricky there. You're going to try to get these pieces of gear because, like I said, if you're following my build down to the wire, then you're going to need to get those pieces. But I just also want to show you guys that it's possible to keep using the old BIS gear and still be able to hit the cap. For the enhancement, we're going to go with the power increase of 2,000. Now, you do have one defensive slot. That doesn't really matter. You don't have to put anything in it because your defense is capped. And, you could say, well, Sonny, if I use a rank 15 defensive enchantment, right? So we go ahead and put this over to HP, and now our defense is at 7.5. If that defense gives you, the 5k that you need here, or that close to the 5k, then by all means, I would definitely do that and then switch over to the the HP boon. But unfortunately, I don't have that enchantment to check that. So that is one thing you guys could do if it does give you enough. Anyway, to the companion bonuses, this is where you're going to be a loss at stats because you're just going to have to run HP companions. Now, what I just said is if you can use that HP boon, right, and then run on your companion a defense, a rank 15 defense, and that gives you the 5k, well then of course you don't necessarily have to run so many companions that are give you that maximum hit points. Like you could switch out the skeleton dog and put in, any of the any other power companion of your choice, right? But anyway, this is what I use. I have the Druid, the Deep Crow, the Skeleton Dog, the Iron Golem, and then I got I think this is the Air or Water. I think it's Water Archon, just for the critical strike and the combat advantage. Now you're definitely gonna go with the 25k mount. Now you could potentially say, okay, well, if I can use the HP boon and you want to use these companions, well, then you can go ahead and swap in that 10k power mount. That'd probably give you a better increase than switching out one of your companions, I believe, truthfully, because I don't think there's any companion out there that comes close to giving you 10,000 power. But you definitely want to make sure at least above 350k HP. That is, I see what everybody's asking for your combat power. Still, Swarm is going to be best in slot, but you can use pretty much whatever you got. If you got the Tensor's Dish, run that. If you got the T-Rex, run that, of course. This is where things get tricky. As you can see, my insignias are completely blank, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to show you exactly what insignias you're going to need, because the only thing you got to run, truthfully, is Gladiator's Guile. That's what you're going to be doing, running 5 Gladiator's Guiles, and I'm going to tell you exactly what insignias you're going to have to use in order to reach the stat caps. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead, and we're going to start with the Enlightened. Real quick, boom, boom. You're going to have to run, really? Did I spell that wrong? Oh, I'm on companions. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Don't mind that. You're going to need to run 1 mastery just to get you at that cap for the accuracy of 80,000. And then you're going to have to run 4 skill just to give you that extra critical strike. And then it's going to increase your combat advantage, which isn't a big deal. But you're definitely going to run the skill, because that is where you're lacking the most with this build, is critical strikes. So you're going to have to stack it. And this is like pretty much the only place that you can put it on is your companion. So like I said, you're going to run 4 skill and then 1 mastery. Moving on to the Illuminated. This is where you're going to want to run. I actually seen this. I didn't know these existed, but these are a big help. If I can find them real quick. Initiative. You're going to just want to run all 5 of these. This is going to put you at that 80,000 crit mark that you're going to want. There's not too many things, like I said, that you can do with this build particularly. From what I've seen, running that old BIS gear, you're penny pinching here to get the stats required. I mean, it sucks, but hey, you just got to bear with it. But like I said, you want to run 5 initiatives. This is going to put you at that 80k crit mark. And then for your Regal, this is where you can just run your Dominance. And then, of course, running Dominance, you're going to get a little bit of companion influence. So you might be able to, let me just show you where the Dominance, and then you're just going to run 5 Dominance in your Regal. So, I mean, it's pretty close to what you're going to want to use. I know a lot of people, like a lot of the other classes, they can use the new necks and waist and be fine, but unfortunately for us, it's not as simple as that. I feel using the old necks and waists are just going to be too much of a DPS loss for us. But I don't even have any offensive stats in. I did some of the calculations here. If you have at the minimum rank 13s, you're going to sit around rank 13s in all of your offense here, and then your dominance here, and then on your companion, you're going to run your 5 rank 15 empowereds. You sit at around 152,979 to be exact. That is only at rank 13 on your gear sheet. So if you have, of course, 15s, which is ideally because you're trying to squeeze out as much power as possible, you're going to go way up. And then you're going to get 2k power from this. You're going to get extra power from your chest piece. And then I'm going to suggest using potions. I uploaded what's the best potions to use as DPS. I suggest you go check that out. But the big one is the watermelon sorbet. Giving that big increase to your power is huge. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully I helped you guys out. Like I said, unfortunately I can't physically show you everything on my person itself because I don't have the stuff. Like I said, I just feel with this module, you just gotta go with the flow of the game. And right now, Barbarians are more better off as a tank this module. Not to say that Barbarians can't DPS. And, there's going to be those few who are, say, I get in groups fine. Yeah, of course. But let's just be real. It's going to be, the other day, they were asking specifically for a CW and TR. Who am I to sit there and say invite high DPS Barbarian? They're just going to ignore you. And from what I do, even before Tomm even asking in Loom, I was at a decently high level and my DPS was pretty damn good, and I still would get ignored. So, that's just from personal experience. That's why I just made the switch over to tank. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this build. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything or if it's helped you out a little bit. Or pointed you guys in the right direction. You know what I mean? If you're going to copy this exactly, then you're going to have to use everything that I stated in the video. But, or maybe just watching this video helped you guys out and giving you an idea, okay, maybe I got to do that and, things like that. But, go ahead and, yeah. I keep rambling on, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the video off here. It's been your boy Sonny. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.